You fools must all have a death wish. Witness this invincible battleship built by the hands of a genius. Its power unmatched throughout the universe.
If you want to fight, you've got one. Let's get that float. We're flying so high. It's kind of scary.
I see nothing but clouds. Better not fall off.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Sonic Heroes Team Rose with me, the Doctor. Whatever I say about Team Rose, it doesn't really matter because Egg Fleet is such a cool level. It's got awesome music, and it's just, yeah, you really feel, at least I do, a sense of scale from like being this high. You're like, holy shit. Looking below us are like the tiny little ships moving underneath us, and then the Earth far below that. Egg Fleet is a cool level. I love that opening where it's, well, I mean, I love it for a number of reasons. I love it because of Eggman's stupid intonation where he goes, "You fools must all have a death wish? Question mark. Witness this invincible battleship built by the hands of a genius? Question mark again. And it's great. But then also, it's kind of after that, the fact that it zooms in on the team and they're like, oh, it's really cool. As cool as Sonic can realistically be. There's a switch there which activates this thing up ahead for us to, because we need to use triangle dive or umbrella dive to fly up, but obviously we need to have the bloody thing activated for that to work. And yeah, I enjoy these levels. We're actually, final episode of Team Rose. It is still, what's it been for me? An hour and 35 minutes, an hour and 39 minutes since I started recording at the beginning of the Seaside Zone. So as I promised I would, turns out I am recording all of these in one night. I'm like the spirits from Nightmare Before Christmas? Christmas Carol. Big difference there. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no! Wow. This is embarrassing. I'm just gonna float gently to my demise. God, this is dark. Holy shit. It's just not killing me. Just end it! Kill me! Well, we'll just pretend that didn't happen, won't we? I say that. I'm not gonna cut it, am I? I don't do that. I don't cut embarrassing things out for me. It's always a conundrum of like, if I do something stupid off camera, do I show it? Though that definitely wasn't off camera, so there's no way of arguing that I could not show that. You know what? I just thought of something I forgot to mention. In my Castlevania Let's Play, if you watched that, don't know if you did or not, but that was an Immortal Let's Play. So I just started thinking there about death briefly. God, that sounds dark, doesn't it? I'm a big fan when I can of pulling off Immortal Let's Plays where I go an entire Let's Play without dying. And I did that with Castlevania. I never died on camera. I technically never died off camera either. I say technically because, so, there was a lot of off-camera time in Castlevania when I was recording, but I wasn't going to show what I was doing because I was getting an item or something like that. Oh, new enemy, by the way. These guys, you basically just hit them with power form like everything else. Yes, we didn't really see anything's attacks, so that doesn't really matter. It's attacks, it's a fucking robot. Or if it is a robot that has a gender, it didn't inform us what gender it wanted, so you never know. But yes, I never died while I was on recording, but off camera. The one or two times I died was when I was in practice, which I do when I kind of run through a game, like kind of I run through what I'm going to do in an episode before I actually record the episode and make notes, which I did a lot of for Castlevania. And during practice once or twice I did die, and there was a bit of argument. Not real argument, but pseudo-argument between me and the sprite of whether that counts as an Immortal LP or not. I think it does, because the whole reason why I practice is to make the actual Let's Play go smoother, and if that includes dying in the practice and not dying in the real thing, that's why I practice. This is definitely not going to be a Immortal Let's Play, but Sonic Heroes never will be, just because the controls are so janky on it. You can just sometimes fall into a weird gap that you didn't think was there and die, and that's how it fucks you. This helicopter thing, we can move up and down. These things were very briefly in Frog Forest, but I hopped off it so soon I didn't really get a chance to talk about them much. But yeah, we follow a fixed trajectory, but we can move down, and we can move up at will.
Look at all the fishy shit. I miss my froggy and fishing.
I love two of the parts of that conversation. A, I love the fact that Eggman just built a fleet because he was bored and had too much time on his hands, which is hilarious. And yeah, I like the fact that Big actually draws attention to the fact that the ships are fish-based. They're kind of shark-looking things in the different... There's kind of sharky-looking ships in the distance, and this one we're on Okay, so it's designed to. It's supposed to, in the common mindset, look like a swordfish, but in reality, it looks a lot more like a paddlefish. I'll put a picture of them up. They're hilarious things. If you're American, you may be familiar with them because I believe America's the main place you get them in kind of rivers around the US. We don't really get them in this country, and they're struggling in the US because like fish ladders for salmon and like controlling rivers and stuff like that have actually kind of fucked over paddlefish because they can't. They're very sensitive to migrational barriers like that. But they're very cool because they have like this kind of big bill that comes out the front, like these ships that we're on, and it basically serves as a metal detector. It does exactly the same thing as the hammer of a hammerhead shark, or, weirdly enough, the nose of a duck-billed platypus. It detects bioelectric fields and it can kind of find its prey that way, and it's a cool example of what we call convergent evolution, where two different animals reach the same evolutionary conclusion by very different routes. No one would argue that a paddlefish is that closely related to a duck-billed platypus, but they both developed a paddle-like organ on their nose for which they can do electroreception. Anyway, I've gone a bit too much into marine biologist mode, but anyway, that was the egg fleet. I don't think I had a key, so I guess we're going to head straight on to the final fortress.
That was good.
That was good. Motherfucker! Spawn me in and murder me, why don't you? You fuckhead, you can't just do that! Well, at least I've got 13 lives. Bloody hell. Wow, that's a fine fucking how do you do, isn't it? Jesus, it nearly did it again. Well, I mean, that was me going in the wrong direction, but the first time was bastardry. Oh, God. This game's it's just really shit at times. Like, I love it, but the controls are... God, they're like a cross between a difficult game to control and a bastard. Okay, that might be one of the most ineloquent things I've ever said, but I'd already started saying it's like a cross between, and I really had run out of things to say at that point, so... Well, I mean, I'm not wrong. It is like a cross between a badly controlled game and a bugger. Oh, well, I said bugger this time. Okay. Let's wait for this thing to lower back down again. Oh. Well. There's a strong possibility of death. Oh, death! But not for you, gunslinger. Ha! So who gets that reference? I hope people. But you never know. Fucking game murdered me again. This level's out to get me. Oh, God. Well, that was embarrassing. I just realised I wasn't talking. I was thinking about stuff that I'm going to say at the end of this episode about my next project, and I kind of hadn't realised that I got past the point that I died at, so I was just playing through stuff that was undoubtedly going to be on camera that I'm just not talking for, which is kind of embarrassing. But yes, I guess Final Fortress is where it finally gets a bit almost challenging for Team Rose. Again, this is what I was saying earlier of how Team Rose's challenging stuff isn't actually the game being difficult, it's the game being shitey in a sense of controls not properly working and stuff like that, and if that's the only way you can do simulate difficulty, that's some poor game design. And the controls are like this on this game. They just, like, when you're especially moving at high speeds, the controls just don't handle very well, and sometimes you just, like, fall over and do very strange things and will fall off edges and stuff like that, and it is mildly annoying. At least some of the stuff like, so Team Dark make the levels harder in a really interesting way. They do give you more, they don't make it harder in terms of enemies have more health or anything like that. Oh, time for Blue Tornado! Oh no, fuck, Blue Tornado! There we go, it's not even called Blue Tornado, it's called Anima Tornado. But yeah, the Team Dark levels have more enemies. The enemies don't necessarily do more damage from that. The difficulty isn't artificially inflated like that, it's actually the levels are longer. Well, I forget you can do that with Amy. I talked back in Rail Canyon about how little you do that, and I wasn't wrong. I mean, you're not wrong, Big. You are not wrong. But yeah, Team Dark's levels are made hard by actually... Oh! There's an advanced version of that enemy that's actually difficult to fight, which is at which point I'm planning on talking here about its its patterns and how you fight it. Well, that was embarrassing. But it's not been alive long enough for me to need to discuss that so far.
Robots are everywhere. What are we gonna do?
So yeah, you just hit them because they don't really die normally. But yeah, Team Dark's levels are made harder by being longer, and so they start earlier in the level and they finish later, which means that Team Dark's levels have essentially unique content because they begin before even Team Sonic's levels do and they end after that. So it's quite cool for that reason to play their stuff, because there's stuff. I'm trying to think if there's much stuff that's in Team Dark that isn't in Team Sonic. There's not a great deal, but there is some, and they're really fun for that reason. When I come back to Sonic Heroes, though, it's not actually going to be. It's not going to be Team Dark straight away. It's going to be Team Chaotix next. And I guess I should talk briefly about Team Chaotix. Their levels are. Oh, well. Team Chaotix's levels are... Did I have a thing with me or not? A key? I'm not sure I did. We'll see. Team Chaotix's levels are non-linear in a sense of... They are linear, but the linear is not the objective. Super duper happy! The objective in Team Chaotix's levels is not to get from A to B, but it's to do something else. You have to gather something, or you have to find something, things like that. So they're a bit more objective-driven rather than just direct get from A to B.
Doggy, where are you?
Your fault that Sonic and I aren't together. You're gonna regret this for the rest of your life.
Enough of this! Amy, Creed, Big! Time to meet your maker! I'll show you what real evil is!
Well, yeah, that's how Team Chaotix works, but I think we have more important things to discuss at the moment. So, I didn't get a key, clearly, so no Emerald Challenge, but we've got 5 out of the 7 Emeralds now, and we've got another total 2 run-throughs of the game. Even so, then, we can just go back and manually get stuff, so that's always an option. Level up, there we go. So, this is the Egg Emperor. He has these linear sections where you just need to dodge his attacks, and then between each section there's these kind of jumpy bits. You use the right type and you will get a level up. So here, this is one of these pushy power things, so we hit it with a power type. We get a power level up. Now here is where you can really fight him. So I'm going to start off by hitting him with the power type, so I'm going to get in a little bit closer. He's got these cannons around the edge that can be a bit problematic, but he's going to block almost all of our attacks with his shield. But we can destroy his shield quite easily. With Big, you can actually bounce on him by doing that, which does damage to the shield, but not to him a great deal, but you can do a fair amount of damage to the shield here. Most crucially, we are building up our Team Blast meter, which is nearly ready to blow. If we had a slightly higher level Big, this would be slightly easier. Oh, there we go, Team Blast. So that gives us level ups, which are very crucial, and kind of stuns him, and now while we're invincible, we can take advantage of it and just leather him. If we get up close with Big, we can do the standard 1-2 attack. Oh! Fucking fucked off. Wow. Let's switch back to Amy, and then we can use the blue tornado here. And this will get us a level up for Amy, which I believe brings everyone up to level 3. Beautiful. Now we've got this linear section here, but we just got to try and basically avoid being hit by him. Take this. Take that. Take this. His own little speech overrides him. Ha 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 ha. I'm not even taking the piss. Well, I mean, I am taking the piss, but I'm not exaggerating. That is legitimately what he's saying. Take that. Take this. Yeah, ha ha. Oh, he didn't do it. Oh, he did. Oh, Eggman, you have the worst sound bites in the entire game. It's awesome. Right, now here we've got level ups. We've got a full level fly type, Cream, so Thundershoot is your ideal here. Thundershoot does a lot of damage to both him and the shield, because as you can see, a Thundershoot will knock him flying, which then it'll knock him backwards, which knocks his shield off, and then you can do damage straight to that kind of shiny spot in his chest, which is real weak spot. So if we just spam Thundershoot here, we should do a lot of damage. Actually, since we're invincible, I'm going to take advantage of that and use Big, because Big's spinny attack there does a hell of a lot of damage to both Shield and Eggman himself, but you can only really use it when you're invincible. We've defeated his shield, a few more hits to his chest.
Defeated? Impossible! No!
Well, that's the end of the Egg Emperor. Time to conclude what this game counts as plot, in inverted commas, for Team Rose. Is Amy going to be stalkery about Sonic? Probably yes. Find out now. What do you say about taking people home with me? I didn't even hear that properly. That's super disturbing. Oh my god.
Hey, isn't that Mr. Sonic over there? Aha! I got you, Sonic!
Well then, ladies and gentlemen, that was the extremely conclusive plot of Team Rose. That's been a fun little thing, hasn't it been? I like Sonic Heroes, as you'll know if you've watched the other part of the series. It's got a strange kind of piece of. I like it, and it's kind of. I know it's shit, but I still do enjoy it. Team Rose has been interesting. There's not been a great. Well, no, actually. So I was expecting to have to really improvise for so much of it because the game would give me no content to go on, but I haven't necessarily needed that. Well, actually, I'm going to put up a picture of this. What you're currently seeing, ladies and gentlemen, is the amount of beer I needed to fucking get through Team Rose. You'll notice there are 7 bottles, 1 for each episode, so a full world of Team Rose is about 25 centiliters of 4% alcohol to get through it. But it's been fun. It has been genuinely enjoyable and more fun than I thought to sit through here tonight and do it all, and it's nearly April now. So this brings me on to what are we doing next? There was a vote. After I finished Twilight Princess, I put it to a public vote what we're going to do next. A grand total of 15 people voted. You will hopefully know who you are. I suspect you may be watching this because if you cared enough to vote, you're probably one of my more loyal viewers. So thank you to everyone who voted, all 15 of you. God, if I knew your names, I could probably list you all here. But thank you for voting. The overall scores were 6 people voted for Mass Effect 2, 9 people voted for Paper Mario 2, The 1,000-Year Door, so that's what's coming up next. And while this Let's Play is airing, I'm going to be practicing and preparing that because, as you can imagine, that's an extremely complicated game that takes a lot of planning to Let's Play it properly. And it's going to be great because I fucking love that game and I've wanted to Let's Play it literally since I started, but it's another one where I deliberately held off recording it because I didn't want to do it badly. So I was like, I'm going to wait until I'm more established and I'm better at what I'm doing and I know what I'm doing, and more confident with that, and I was waiting for that to do Paper Mario, and now is the optimum chance. So I'm super excited to start Paper Mario, and I hope you will join me there for that. Sonic Heroes I will then come back to after Paper Mario. As I mentioned, it was a competition between Paper Mario and Mass Effect. Paper Mario won, but Mass Effect will still be after that. So the order for essentially the remainder of 2017, which is a terrifying phrase to be saying on, well, for me it is the 20th of April. That's April. 20th of February today. And it's scary to be saying what I'm going to be doing for the entire remainder of 2017. But it will be Paper Mario The 1,000-Year Door, Sonic Heroes Team Chaotix, and then Mass Effect 2. And then probably Sonic Heroes Team Dark after that, I guess so. And that's really scary to lay out the entire year's plan in February, but there we have it. So, 2004, holy shit. I think I said this at the end of Team Sonic, I was like, holy shit, this game's, well, I've said 12 years old then, it's now 14 years old. Oh my goodness. Wow, that's scary. Thank you very much for watching. This has been Sonic Heroes Team Rose. I have been the Doctor of the Infamous Gentleman. I hope you'll join me next time for Paper Mario The 1,000-Year Door. Thank you very much, and good day.